Hey, hi everyone. My name is Jerry Wise. Do you find yourself feeling tired a lot? Do you deal with narcissists in your life? Because one of the things I've found is that narcissists exhaust the people who are around them. Their way of being, their way of relating, their way of seeing the world is exhausting for those who have had to deal with them. I want to share with you 14 ways that narcissists drain you of energy. I think energy is very important. As I'm getting older, I want as much energy as I possibly can. So, how do narcissists drain us of energy? Number one, a constant need for attention. Always needing attention. If you've had an infant, if you've raised a child, or you have a toddler, their constant need for attention and their dependence on you ends up exhausting us as parents. Well, when you have a psychological infant in an adult body who happens to be a narcissist, it is very exhausting because of their constant need for attention. You have to listen to them. You have to praise them. And we leave feeling exhausted and worn out. Number two, emotional manipulation. Emotional manipulation has an energy cost. Narcissists are skilled at manipulation, good at guilting, shaming, raging, all sorts of things that they will do to create confusion, frustration, and emotional exhaustion. And actually, I think emotional exhaustion is far more tiring or fatiguing than physical exhaustion. And if you have to deal with a narcissist, you end up having emotional exhaustion. Number three, gaslighting. Gaslighting is an energy drainer because you can't just relax in the relationship. You can't just relax because you're both sharing a similar reality. And that's what's helpful in dealing with other adults. If I both know we share the same facts, well, then I can kind of relax in how we talk about what's going on. It's when you see one world and I see another world and they're not anything alike, then it becomes exhausting. Doubting our own perceptions, our memory, our reality can be disorienting and, again, mentally exhausting. Number four, invalidation. Narcissists will dismiss your feelings, your needs, your wants, making you feel unimportant or unworthy. And this constant invalidation will drain you of the energy and will infuse you with a whole bunch of fatigue. Number five, boundary violation. Again, I don't think we realize how much this exhausts us. The narcissists have poor boundaries. Many have no boundaries. They invade our personal space. They use our belongings without permission. They make unreasonable demands on your time and energy. And guess what? This can make you feel violated and overwhelmed. That's exhausting. In fighting some of these things and in clarifying your own sense of self to recover from narcissistic abuse, down below I've got a online program, Your New Road to Self. And it's 6 modules that are packed full of information, exercises, and also, along with that program, you get a year's worth of monthly group visits with me. And I do a live group talk with those who are part of the program. You can ask questions. Sometimes I'll work with different clients who are working the program. Take a look at that and check that out. 6, triangulation. A lot of people don't realize how much triangulation is exhausting. When I triangulate with someone, I dump my emotional unfinished business on them. Oh, did you hear Jeff was da 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 and he's such a pain. He was driving me nuts and I wanted to let you know, what do you think about him? I'm starting to feel better and have more energy. You're now starting to feel worse because of what I've just dumped on you many times. And we're talking about a third party. So triangulation can be very exhausting if you're pulled into triangles. And narcissists will often try to create conflicts and drama using others around different issues. This can be exhausting if we find ourselves in the middle of their disputes, or dislikes, or hurts, or perceived wounds. Number 7, projection. Think of projection as energy draining. Narcissists often project their own negative traits, shame, and their own behaviors onto others. This leads to increased frustration, increased confusion. We may be accused of things we've never done, or never even thought of doing, or having any motives like that at all. When you're dealing with that, you can almost see your energy level on your energy gas tank going down and down and down, because it will drain the energy from you. Number 8, mood swings. Mood swings that when narcissists are volatile, they can go from being charming or loving or love bombing to angry and hostile in a very short period. This unpredictability is emotionally exhausting. Criticism and blame. Narcissists tend to criticize and blame others for their own mistakes and their failures. This constant blaming can make you feel like you're walking on eggshells and constantly defending yourself. Defending yourself and walking on eggshells is exhausting and will create lots of tiredness. Number 10, a lack of empathy. Narcissists often lack genuine empathy for others and may not be supportive during your times of need. They can leave you feeling emotionally isolated and drained. Again, when someone has no regard for me, it requires me to rev up emotionally, to deal with it, to defend myself, to explain myself. It requires me to rev up, which takes emotional, mental energy to do that. That's just a natural reaction to someone who has a lack of empathy that we're dealing with. Number 11, financial exploitation. Well, how can financial exploitation cause you to be tired? Because they manipulate us into providing money, resources, favors, which can lead to a significant amount of stress and leave us in a financial strain. Then it becomes very wearying. Or they'll fight over money or fight over little things regarding finances. It's just, again, exhausting to have to deal with that and to, in some ways, forgive the pun, dance with the devil. Dancing with the devil is very exhausting. And if you have a narcissist or someone who's a malignant narcissist, you're dancing like crazy. And they're enjoying themselves. Number 12, isolation. Narcissists will try to isolate you from emotional systems, such as friends and families, making you more dependent on them. And in this isolation, then we are pulled away from who could be really supportive to us and be energy adding to us. But since they isolate us from them, we end up being drained and feeling tired emotionally and mentally as a result of our isolation, because we don't get the support from the narcissist. Number 13, chronic stress. Dealing with a narcissist on a regular basis can lead to chronic stress, which can have a negative effect on your physical and mental health. You can become depressed. One of the things we know as a symptom of depression is fatigue. Men many times experience depression differently than women. They may express it through anger. They also may express it through tiredness. and not realize they're depressed. But that chronic stress that we have over and over and over is very draining. And lastly, number 14, I like Pete Walker in his book CPTSD, Monological Conversations. What do I mean by monological? What's the opposite of that? Dialogical. In other words, we're talking with each other as equals. Monological dialogues or conversations, which we have with narcissists, they are the designated talker, you are the designated listener. And that's maybe all unspoken, but that becomes very draining when we have a one-way conversation with someone so often, where you can't express yourself naturally, calmly, with having been respected and having a mutual relationship with this person. That isn't how a narcissist works. And they have monological conversations in which you just are the audience and they are in the spotlight. Very exhausting. Hey, I hope you will subscribe. I hope you'll like. Please write your comments. Thank you for watching today. Have a great day and be wise.